to cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm going to show you a fabulous, fabulous recipe just in time for Cinco de Mayo. These are chili cinnamon CheeCha drop cookies. Now, that might sound all kind of crazy to y'all, but these are hands down maybe, I would say, my favorite cookies I've ever had. And simply because I love the sensation it gives you when you eat them, okay? Now, CheeCha Puffs, if you never, the CheeCha part is CheeCha Puffs. Now, CheeCha Puffs, these are peanut-free, and they are also gluten-free, I believe. These are the sweet cinnamon variety of CheeCha Puffs. Now, CheeCha Puffs are super air-puffed wheat snacks. These are air-puffed wheat snacks. And they're super tasty. They also have potato ones, okay? So these are the sweet cinnamon variety. These are the kind of like sweet dessert kind of ones, right? So instead of using them like they are like this, they come out looking like little wagon wheels almost, and they taste very delicious. White and crunchy, okay? Now what I'm using these as, a substitute kind of for like, think of putting Rice Krispies into, or crisp rice into a cookie, right? This is kind of going to be the same idea. Now, we're going to start by breaking them up in the food processor and they're kind of like my breadcrumb cookies, okay? So into the food processor goes my whole bag. I'm going to show you how much you actually get out of one bag, right? So just zip them up quick. I want to get them, they're probably the size of crisp rice cereal, like little nuggets, okay? You want to pulse it. You don't want them completely pulverized into like all breadcrumbs. This looks very nice. I'm happy with this consistency. I have some really big, some really small. Okay, that looks nice. Not some really big. They're all pretty uniform. But you have like the bigger bits and then you've got the ground bits, okay? So you got like this kind of consistency. Kind of is the consistency of Rice Krispies, okay? So we're going to put this in a great big measuring thing. Measuring cup. You see how fast that was? It didn't take long to buzz those up either. Okay, so we're gonna get this out the way. Now, one bag of CheeCha Puffs breaks into these nice rough crumbs, 3 cups worth, okay? So today we are using, I believe, 2 cups, 2.5 cups I think I'm going to use. In fact, I might as well just use the whole darn bag. How about that? So we're going to have a dry ingredient bowl, just like you may when you do baking with cookies and other things. You want to have a dry bowl and you want to have a wet bowl. Got me? So let's start with the wet bowl, in fact. Okay. Wet bowl doesn't have to be as big as the dry bowl, okay? So we have 1 egg. In goes 1 egg. Cracking it. I like to do my eggs first in the wet bowl because I can fish out any rogue eggshells that fall in, okay? It's much easier doing it that way as opposed to everything being mixed together and fishing it out, okay? So I'm just going to break that up and I'm going to whisk that up just quickly, breaking it up, right? Okay. Now into this bowl, I'm also going to put 2/3 of a cup of peanut oil. Now you can use whatever oil you want, canola oil, vegetable oil. You can use olive oil if you really, really want to or have to. I suggest using the peanut oil just because it's kind of, you know, it goes along with the recipe. I like the peanut oil. A lot of South American cuisines and Mexican, Tex-Mex stuff, we use a lot of peanut oil, okay? So I'm just following suit. All right, into this bowl also is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Please use real vanilla extract. Don't use the fake artificial stuff. It's not real. It smells like it, looks like it, and kind of tastes like it, but it's actually a byproduct of making paper. It's a chemical byproduct called vanillin. They even made it sound like it's pretty. Negative. Is bad for you. Don't do that. Get the real stuff. Splurge like an extra $1 or 2 so that you're not ingesting all these weird chemicals. Okay, so I'm just mixing that in as well. Next thing in here is a 1/2 cup of milk. Okay. 1/2 cup of milk. I'm going to whisk that into my wet stuff. No problem, no big deal. And that's all my wet stuff, okay? So that's my wet bowl. Setting it over here. Now here's my dry bowl. My dry bowl, I am going to put some flour. We're going to start with flour. We're going to sift it, okay? This is just an all-purpose flour. Just 1 cup. I believe I'm using 2 cups today. I'm going to use 1 1/4 cups, so sit tight. 1/4 more cups. All right. We're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use a really nice fine table salt for these so that it's not like big chunks in there, got me? And I'm going to sift this right through. This makes for a nice lighter cookie. Now you have these beautiful CheeCha puffs that are full of air, and you want to keep that integrity of the air. You want them to be light and fluffy, got me? So we're going to help it along as best we can. Into this bowl, I'm going to put my dates. Now I have chopped up whole, like dried dates into little tiny pieces, like little chunks, like, I don't know, chocolate chip size maybe? You got me? So I have 3/4 cup of dates here. In they go. And I kind of just want to coat them with that flour. I'm just tossing them in with the flour. Okay, mix that all around. Okay, next, just under 1 cup of brown sugar. I would take like 1 or 2 tablespoons out because the CheeCha puffs also have sugar on them, right? They have a little bit of sugar, so you don't need like a whole ton of it. It's unnecessary. Okay, so in that goes, and I'm just mixing that around. Mixing that around. Now, we're getting into some really exciting ingredients. Now, here's the whole point of our cookie. And this is what's going to give you not only the flavor, but you're going to get a beautiful warming sensation. Now, I'm going to use cinnamon today. And I'm not just using any cinnamon. I'm using a cinnamon that's from Saigon. Now, the Saigon cinnamon actually has much more of the essential cinnamon oil or whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it's called. I don't know if it's this essential oil or what, but it has more in it percentage-wise than any other cinnamon in the world. So this is a much more intense taste when you're using the Saigon cinnamon. It's special, so, you know, treat it accordingly. It's going to stand out in this recipe. So not only is cinnamon tasty, and it's like that wholesome spice that you just love, but it also has a little bit of heat, okay? But we're also going to kick up the heat because these are going to be spicy cookies. We're going to be different today and do something different. So in goes my 1 teaspoon of ground Saigon cinnamon, which I'm so excited about. Then the pièce de résistance of this whole entire dish lies in these gorgeous chili. They're African bird's eyes chili, or they're also called piri piri. Now, I didn't get these at my grocer. I got these online at Koala First Foods. You might be able to find them at your grocer. But I got them online at Koala First Foods. That's koalafirst.com. And they're super spicy. They're also called African bird's eye chili. And you see how small they are. Little tiny things like this. I'm using 2 for this whole recipe. I used 1 the last time. And Mom actually, on her wish list, said, I wish they were just slightly more spicy. So we're trying to do 2 here, and I'm trying to use like 2 medium-sized ones, okay? But I'm gonna finely grind these up because I want them to be, you know, evenly dispersed throughout the whole recipe. They're super duper hot. If you've never had piri piri chicken, you need to try that. Now, be careful because this may make you want to choke and cough, but 2 piri piris should be plenty for this whole recipe. If you're really adventurous, try 3. Go ahead. Okay, that looks pretty good. I want to make sure even those seeds that are really hard to grind up are ground up because I don't want any surprises in there of big hot stuff. Into the bowl goes my amazing chili. Maybe I will go all out. I'll use 1 more little tiny itty bitty piri. Okay. Into my bowl. And that's all of the ingredients except the CheeCha puffs. Now you're wondering where the CheeCha puffs go, right? These CheeCha crumbs are going to go at the very end, and I'm going to fold them in ever so delicately and lightly because I want them to retain their fluffy texture and I want them to stay somewhat dry. You got me? So I'm hoping, well, I know so because I've done these before and they're fantastic. They are going to, you know, stay nice and crunchy in there as well, as long as you fold them in and at the very last minute. You have to also be ready. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Mine's ready to go. It's going to go for about 14-15 minutes. You're going to eyeball, I would say eyeball around 12 minutes. Make sure that your oven's not doing some crazy thing. Got me? And you're gonna eyeball it, and it's gonna be fantastic. So here we go. We're going to mix the dry and the wets together. Make sure you have your cookie sheet trays out. All you're doing is dropping these cookies onto the tray. So it's just a drop cookie, and all you need is one, like, teaspoon. I use a tablespoon to actually do them, okay? What else do I need? I need one more thing. I need a wooden spoon just so I have more control to be able to fold in my beautiful crumbs in a minute, okay? So into my big dry bowl is going to go half of the wet mixture, okay? So half of that goes in here now. Okay, we're gonna stir that through. Make sure it's all evenly combined. When that looks good, pour in the rest. It's going to be a little bit moist. And those CheeCha Puffs are going to soak up a lot of liquid. So you don't want it to be too moist though, because then your CheeChas get all soggy. So this looks lovely. Nice consistency. It smells great. Those dates are going to be yummy in there, nice and sweet, and they're going to counteract the spice of the cinnamon and the piri-piri. So this is what it looks like, typical like cookie batter, okay? Cookie dough. Now into this, I am going to just lightly fold them in until everything's evenly combined, and I'm going to quickly put them on that tray and throw them in that oven. So be gentle, but get it done quick. Try and use the least amount of stirs that you can. But you do want everything nice and coated and evenly distributed. You don't want big chunks of cookie and then no CheeCha Puffs, and then you don't want a whole mouthful of CheeCha Puffs and no real base of the cookie. Okay, these look awesome. This is perfectly ready to go, evenly distributed with those CheeCha Puffs in there on this, okay? So, next step, we're dropping them on here. Get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, I'm back. So I have one of the silicone baking sheet things I'm using that keeps everything from sticking. Okay, otherwise I want you to grease up the bottom of that pan. I did it without that last time and it didn't work out so awesomely. They did come off and everything was fine and I salvaged everything, but I think it's going to be better to spray the bottoms of these trays before you let them in. Or you can just grease them up. Got me? Grease them up with some oil. Okay. So the first one, we're probably going to organize, I don't know, probably 20 cookies, 5 by 4 or something like that. We shall see. You're going to make a nice heaping tablespoon. Just like that. Now these guys are going to fall apart and kind of ooze and make more of a flatter cookie. So be aware of that and account for that. So you're probably going to go, I guess, 3 wide. We're going to go 3 wide. There you go. Make sure there's nice chunks of date and everything else in there as well. Okay. So I'm going to finish this whole tray and then I'm going to throw them in. So sit tight. Look at my mom stealing cookie dough. Did you just see that? That's real life, isn't it? I do that to her all the time. She gets so mad at me. Kimmy, I need that! Because I love cookie dough. Like, oh man. Cookie dough is better than cookies, I think, to me most of the time. Especially peanut butter and chocolate chip. What? Come on now. Anyway, my cookies are ready to go. I have 20 of them. I got some more in here, but me and Mom are eating the dough, so that's what's up. We're going to make 20 of them today. In they go, 350 degrees. Check them around 12 minutes. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, everybody, here's the moment of truth. We have 2 more seconds on the timer. There it is. And I actually let these bad boys stay in for 15 minutes this time. I checked them at 12, and I thought that they could keep going a little further. So I'm going to take this one out, because I want these to stop. You can do these cookies 2 different ways, so hold on. I'm going to put this timer back on for 2 more minutes. Okay, so these cookies can be done 2 different ways. You can take them out now and have them a little bit chewy on the inside and a little bit softer, or you can leave them in for a couple more minutes like I'm doing with the second batch, because that's the way I like them. Everybody else likes them like this. I like them nice and crunchy all the way through, and that's going to give you, dry them out just a little bit more, bake them a little bit more, and make them very, very tasty and crunchy, okay? So I'm going to leave these on the tray actually for a couple of minutes because this is like extremely hot, super hot. Then I'm going to transfer them onto my cooling rack. So sit tight. Hold on 1 second. Here's my second tray of them ready. And out they come, and they're going to sit on here. I've transferred these easily. They remove from the silicone baking sheet very, very well. And they're just cooling off. These guys are going to sit around for a while. And then I'll taste one. Maybe me and Mom will both taste one. Let's see. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, here's the moment of truth. These have cooled down a little bit. We're trying our hardest to wait. It's very difficult to wait. So choose your poison, a chewy or a crunchy? Chewy. A chewy? I'm going to go for a crunchy. They're still not all the way crunchy because they're still hot, and I can't wait to eat them. But that feels so good. You like that? It's so nice and spicy. You like the spice, the heat, the chili heat? Yeah. The cinnamon's nice too. It's very Mexican to me. Yeah? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you. The aftertaste is like hot cinnamon hearts. Isn't it? Yes. It's like hot cinnamon hearts.
Or those hot cinnamon balls, those red ones.
These would be perfect for Valentine's Day for someone.
They would.
For some crazy foodie like me, I would love this. Really? These are awesome. Try them out. But you can also experiment with different chilies, right? They could use chipotle chili. That would be nice. It would give almost a smoky cookie flavor. That would be kind of cool. You can use ancho. They're not spicy at all. It just gives you a nice flavor. You can use cayenne. You could use regular chili. Whatever you want. These are awesome.
That's a cookie. The cookie of cookies.
So that's how you make spicy cinnamon CheeCha drop cookies. Right?
Kimmy, this is a winner.
You like them? Cheers. So make sure you go get some CheeCha Puffs somewhere here. It's a Canadian product. Make sure you go check them out. They're healthy for you and gluten-free and all that good stuff. Something other than the regular chips to snack on, okay? So again, that's how you make those spicy cinnamon CheeCha drop cookies. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. I hope you follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. I hope you like the fan page. It's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly and ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly. My site is cookingwithkimberly.com. This is my mom, Ingrid Turner. I hope you go check out her website too. It's ingridturnertoday.com. And that's it. That's all. I hope you guys have a great Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, good.
I love these.